Hi, everybody. Welcome back to kind of a special episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, the call center and contact center podcast, where we try to give you some actionable items that you can take back in your contact center, improve your overall agent quality, improve the customer experience, hopefully improve the culture of your organization. A little bit somber. I guess I'm a little bit more fired up on the intro normally, but strange times that we're in. I don't think it's fair if we did not kind of dedicate some time here on the coronavirus in the contact center environment. Some of the things that we're doing, some of the things that we're seeing from those of you guys who I've had some conversations with. We're going to get through this, right? And we're going to try to get through it together. This is a really strong and important time that I think if you are not part of the Advice from a Call Center Geek Facebook community, go over there and join. We're going to, be bringing up this topic more and more and having some people, maybe if they need to vent or they need to talk about some of the things going on in their center, some of the good things that they think that they've done, with this kind of pandemic-ish thing kind of going on. The call center is a really important part of this, right? We are a voice for people who have questions, who want to know what's going on, right? So there's a really important, I think, part of this when kind of things break down, that the call center really has to kind of step up and kind of be a voice of reason and a voice of calming, because we are the voice of a brand, we're the voice of a 211, we're the voice of, whatever the place that they're trying to get a little bit of, I don't know if it's good feeling or relief, or just something to kind of calm some people down. So, I think we have really important jobs at this point. The main goal here is to keep our employees, to keep our call center associates, supervisors, managers, whoever you have in your call center, to keep them healthy, to understand, kind of what's going on, to maybe prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Let's talk about some of the things that we're doing in our contact center. And again, some of this I don't want to say is semantics, right? Because the thing is, they are at work, and your employees are at work a long time during the day, but they do go home. They do have lives. They do things outside of the contact center environment. So there's only so much that we can do to protect them. But let's talk about, what some of the things that I'm doing in my call center, some of the things I've heard from you guys out there that you're doing to kind of protect your contact center environment. So number one is every single agent must wash their hands when they come on premise, right? So if their shift starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever it is, when they get to Expedia, we actually have to kind of, I'm not saying we're totally watching them, right? But we just say, hey man, before you guys come out on the floor, make sure you go wash your hands. And everybody's doing that, right? I mean, they get it. So we've stocked up and spent like $1,500 on everything from Clorox wipes to hand sanitizer to hand soap to anything that we can possibly try to help and try to save off when people kind of come through the door. So number one is before they come out onto the floor, as they kind of get into the building, they have to go wash their hands. All employee stations are wiped down, and they normally would do this anyway, but now we're really, really stressing it. So every employee, when they first come in, they get a Clorox wipe, or 2 or 3 of them, and they go to their area and they wipe it down. So everything from the computer to the desk, this coronavirus, they're saying can live a couple days, right, on a surface. So we're trying to do everything we possibly can, being very proactive with that. So we're going to wipe every possible thing down. Every single time that employee goes out on break, every single time that they go to lunch, we're making sure that when they come back, again, they go wash their hands, making sure that, if they met somebody for lunch or if they're talking to somebody in the parking lot or, whoever, that we're just at least being a little proactive. So washing their hands with that. And then we Clorox wipe again. I know it sounds crazy, but we're Clorox wiping 3 times a way. We kind of say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So when they get there, when they go to lunch, and then at the end of their shift, we're asking them to wipe it down again. Now we have a person that kind of goes through every morning as well and literally wipes off all of our doorknobs to all the doors, right? And the cleaning crew and all that does the bathrooms and that. So we're not that worried about that. But just, again, every doorknob, when people are coming in and out, trying to be, I guess, as proactive and as clean and cleanly and over clean as we possibly can. Some of the other things that we've done that haven't been as popular, but I think people are starting to understand it is, I don't know about your call center, but we have a ton of people who do Uber Eats, right? Who do Grubhub. So we have a lot of deliveries, for food and for those types of things that come in every single day. So we're kind of cutting them out and telling everybody, hey guys, you got to go pick up your own stuff. I know it's painful. Hopefully it's just for a couple weeks, but we want to limit the amount of traffic that's actually coming into the center from the outside. That just trying to control a little bit of what we can control. So we've kind of limited that. We've also limited when we schedule interviews. So we don't want, if we have maybe 8 interviews in a day or 7 interviews in a day, not doing them all at the same time. So there's maybe 3 or 4 people in the waiting room, right, all together. Again, I don't know if what that's really doing, but I think it was just the right thing to do. Every little precaution that we can possibly take, we're trying to take. It doesn't hurt anybody. So I thought it was a kind of a good idea to make sure we're scheduling maybe 1 hour. I mean, probably, to be honest, probably should be doing that anyway. I know we'd like to kind of get them done during a certain time period, but I think that's important. So those are some of the things that we're doing in the call center, right? Being as proactive as we possibly can, but we got to take this way further than that. And I think a lot of you, right, who are premise-based, right, this is when you really need to start to look at, maybe not for this one, but maybe for the next one, that we look at being in the cloud. We look at the internet as our pipeline, right? So what we have done is we've never done at-home agents. I've said it a couple times, and I know a lot of you guys are just that's all you guys have is at-home agents, but we haven't done it. We worked with a lot of financial services organizations, and I guess now's really not the time to argue the pluses or minuses. Right now, it's a huge plus, right? If I was a total cloud at-home contact center, I would be advertising everywhere. That being said, we haven't done that. So we have done our due diligence. We are in the cloud though, so we have that ability. So with Nice in Contact, they've been awesome. The amount of information and best practices and people who have reached out and we've talked to. So, obviously all of our computers have soft phones. So all we really need is the internet. We could literally be at a Starbucks and take phone calls. But we are a BPO, right? So we're an outsourcer. So we have different clients with different needs from a data standpoint. Some of them, and a lot of them are in the cloud, right? Or they use Salesforce or Zoho or Zendesk, right? So obviously that's pretty easy. We just kind of log into those things. We can take calls. We're good. Some of them are not. Some of them are connected with VPN. Some of them have proprietary screens. Some of them, we've created the proprietary kind of CRM. So all that stuff is on our network. So going to those computers and actually setting up secure VPNs, because we can't just open ports, out to the internet from our firewall. So setting up VPNs, which we have done this past week. So all of our computers that we know may have to go if a rep needs to be at home, have now a VPN that we've tested. The In Contact piece is tested. We're actually giving In Contact licenses to clients who are already thinking of, hey, we need to be an at-home. I don't have an at-home option. What can we do? And trying to help them out, which has been a really, really cool use case for a BPO to even not only be able to have our agents work, but then actually help our clients be comfortable and be okay with having an option to be at home. So we have done all of this. So we have now plans in place. We know we've given a survey or asked the reps, what type of internet connection do you guys have at home? And everybody pretty much has the internet now in some type of form at home. So we've been good with that. There's been just one or two that, maybe we'll have an issue with. But other than that, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen. But if it does happen and my contact center gets affected, right? Or if your contact center gets affected, we have an option now of having at-home agents. We have Zoom, which we've set up as well. So we're going to use Zoom as our connectivity to our agents who are home, and then we can IM as well. Everybody can pretty much do that. We can Slack and do that stuff. So we can communicate with our agents as well. So they kind of are not nervous about it, but I think that they're hoping that we kind of keep things as they are, because there's a lot of things that come into this, and it's not just at home now. At home is again, we're not here to say good or bad. Obviously, again, right now it's pretty good. But there's going to be kids at home, right? So if our call center probably goes under some kind of quarantine. I just read before this podcast that all Ohio has just shut down all their schools for a certain time period, right? So there's going to be children at home. There's going to be pets and animals and dogs. So it's going to be an environment that's going to be a little bit chaotic, right? Especially with kids running around because they're not going to be at school. So it is a unique situation that I think everybody can somewhat deal with. But you have to make sure that you have an option. You can't put your head in the sand and just hope that it's not going to hit you. I hope it doesn't, right? I hope right now, knock on wood, there's no cases within, like 150, 200 miles of Erie, Pennsylvania. That can change very quickly, as we have seen. So again, we're hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, understanding that we're going to try to do everything we possibly can in the contact center environment. Oh, the other thing I forgot. We're trying as best we possibly can, and we can't do it in all cases, but we're trying to even limit where our associates are sitting, right? So maybe give them a little bit of space as well, as best as you possibly can. Just to, again, is that going to fix everything? No, but give yourself the best possible odds if something does go wrong, even if you are quarantined, of not getting somebody sick, right? So this even goes beyond a business continuity standpoint, and this goes to a human being standpoint, which even no matter what, if somebody goes in there and they have the coronavirus, or I guess COVID-19 is what we're supposed to really call it now, that you don't get somebody else sick because you're sitting next to them or making somebody sit next to them. So just some things, and I think they're common sense. I don't think I'm giving anybody in this episode some type of breakthrough deal, but I just want you guys to be prepared. I want you to not put your head in the sand again. Have an option, have a couple options. If you need to outsource, right? If you have no option, if you're an internal center that right now is in pure panic mode, call me, email me, go on LinkedIn. If I can't help you, I will find somebody that can. I know a bunch of people in the industry and know a bunch of people in the contact center world. So again, I'll make sure that one, you don't get gouged, that you get taken care of properly. And if it's not with me, I can get you with somebody else. If you are looking to outsource and you found a partner that you think, if you would like my help in any way to, if you have questions about pricing, or if you have questions about, speed or ramp up or integrations, or if you think they're telling you something that maybe isn't true, guys, I'm an open book. There's no charge, there's no fee, there's no consulting. I'm just here to kind of hopefully maybe help, especially during this kind of crazy situation. I think we should all be helping each other. But I'll just make sure that, no one's doing anything stupid. Nobody's playing any games. Nobody's trying to gouge anybody for a quick buck during a situation that, can really be scary for a lot of people and can be kind of taken advantage of. And hopefully we're here as a community and as a kind of a geek community to not allow that to happen. So again, please go on the Advice from a Call Center Geek Facebook community. Let's get some conversations going on this. I would love to hear. I don't have the answers here. I don't have all the answers. I really want to hear from you guys. I think you could help me as much as I can help you in this type of situation of some of the things that you guys are doing. I'd love to hear some more best practices of at-home agents as well. So again, thank you guys very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please hook me up or look me up on LinkedIn. My email is tlaird@expevia.net. You can find me on the Facebook community as well. So I'm a resource for you. Use me. Hopefully I will talk to you guys next week in better spirits, and hopefully we'll got some good news on all this. Thanks, guys. Be safe. Be healthy.